Okay, we live again. Must have been speaking some truths. I don't know. It's the internet. It's like one of them old time TVs where the TV tubes used to get real hot, and the TV would kind of like you had to turn it off and let it cool down for a little bit. Just that's how I feel like my internet is. One of them old time TVs. You had to turn it off and let it cool down for a little, then turn it back on, let it heat back up. That's how I feel like my internet is. And I got the highest thing that you could. I'm paying the most. I'll tell you that much. I'm paying the most. I may not have the highest, but I sure am paying the most. But anyway, we're going to start off where we left off. If you didn't see part one, go check out part one because this is the beginning of part two. But yes, this person feels like you win. Like you win. If this was a contest, they feel like you win the contest. You know, everything that you do, hey J Mike, glad that you're back with us. Everything that you do, it's like you do it in front of them. You do it a little bit better than them. You do it, faster than them. And it's not even like you're even trying to do that. It's just that you are on your temple path. You are evenly balanced. Your male and your female energies are evenly balanced. So therefore, you have that drive, you have that commitment, you know when to rest, you know when to go, you know when to fight, you know when to hold back. You know what I'm saying? And this person is starting to understand that there's a whole side of you that this person did not even see, didn't even count on. And that was your spiritual side. It's like, you know what? This person is thinking back to whenever they was young and they remember you and they knew you had that spark within you and they was looking at you like all they felt like they had was their heart, was wearing their heart on their sleeve, but you had some type of spark within you that they knew you was special, but they just didn't know what it was. But it's almost like this person now is starting to understand what was special about you, and it was your spark. This is why this person was afraid to approach you. This is why this person was afraid to really give you their heart, because they was afraid of that spark. They didn't know what that spark was, but now they know. Now they know that spark was God. They was very afraid of you. Deathly afraid of you. I mean, you know what? They were afraid that you would overpower them, not physically, but just mentally, just emotionally, that you would just overpower them and break their heart. But so instead, they decided they didn't want to give you that chance. I'm telling you, this person, instead, they didn't want to give you that chance. That you were here to heal them, but they did not want to give you that chance. All because somebody was afraid. All because somebody was afraid to open up that heart. Hey, Furious Pharaoh, how are you? Somebody's third eye was telling them to go through the door, with you, because you knew what you was doing. You knew the way. You knew where you were going. Hey, Shaylin, you knew where you were going, but this motherfucker decided that they didn't want to listen to you. They didn't want to listen to God. They ain't want to listen to none of the archangels. They ain't want to listen to none of their ancestors or their spirit guides. Hell, they ain't even want to listen to their own motherfucking intuition. So what did they do? They listened to their own asshole. That's right. They listened to their own asshole. They waited until they had a singular farting contest and thought that they heard the answer. Exactly. I was just as shocked as you. But this person now understand they broke their own motherfucking heart. Listening to their own asshole. See, somebody sitting there thinking like, damn, like, how did I feel like that was giving me the answer whenever you fucking walked away? They're like, why was I listening to my own asshole? See what I'm saying? This person is sitting there thinking, had they mirrored you, had they went with you, they did that, they would have been a lot further. They would have been sitting pretty right now. They would have been, you and them would have been on this journey together. Y'all would have been in love. Y'all would have been married and shit. People would have been just envious of y'all. People would have been talking, but you didn't care because they would have been talking all that good shit. All that good shit. I'm telling you. And they would have appreciated you because you knew you was about your motherfucking money if you wasn't about nothing else. Hunty. But instead, this motherfucker got sidetracked thinking happiness was somewhere else. Thinking they had a plan that they can pull the wool over your eyes. Isn't that rich? Thinking that somebody could pull the wool over an earth angel's eyes. Isn't that cute? Isn't this funny? Well, we're going to say, somebody thought wrong, motherfucker. You thought wrong, didn't you? You thought too long. And guess what? That's why your cup is bare, because you ain't getting paid to think. Okay. Somebody had a bird in the hand thinking they was going to get two in a bush. Okay. Now they ain't getting shit. Especially when they figured out you're the one with the light, and they so pissed because they had you right where they needed you, in the palm of their hands. They didn't know they had an earth angel that was connected to spirit. They know. It's like, damn it. And they looking at you, and you are so much further ahead of them. And you so smart, and you got that street smart, you got that spiritual smart, you got that book smart. Oh, they can't stand it. They can't stand it. And they don't even know what they're supposed to be doing. They have no fucking clue what that ass supposed to be doing. Okay? They don't even know. This is why they was trying to hold on to you. This is why they was trying to hold on to you. They didn't want you to know that they was going to be your hidden enemy, but somehow you figured that shit out. But this is why they was trying to hold on to you. You know? And to be honest, they was willing to fight hard for this shit because they was going to make this shit work. They didn't care if this was a round hole and there was a square peg. They was going to make this shit work. This what they done prayed for. This what they prayed for ever since they was young. But you know what? They were so fucking egotistical. They were so fucking full of themselves. They were so prideful. They were so this. They were so that. They didn't understand whenever a good thing came, slapped them upside the head, popped them with the wet towel on their booty whenever they was naked, tripped them down the steps, pulled on their hair, poked them in their eye, farted in their face. They didn't know what good thing when it was there doing all that shit to them. They was just like, I refuse to fall in love. You're not going to get me to fall in love. But boy, I'm telling you, if a motherfucker knew back then what a motherfucker know now, you talk about somebody using their 6th motherfucking sense. They will use their 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. They will use all the way up to their 15th sense. Okay? If a motherfucker could go back, if I could turn back time, if I could find my way, And that's all the words I know of this song. I'm telling you, somebody, they cheated themselves. They cheated themselves when they refused to heal. You fucked yourself when you refused to heal. I know that had to hurt. I know that shit had to hurt. Mm, 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 mm. What's the message there? What is this message? This, y'all just need to stop. Leave this poor motherfucker alone. It's like if you don't stop dragging his ass, he know he should have appreciated you. He know that. He know that. Leave him alone. Y'all mean motherfuckers. Leave him alone. He know he made a big mistake. He know that it was full of pride. He know that. He know this. He don't need you rubbing it all up in his face. He don't need all that. What's the message for this poor person? It's all right. I know they are being extremely hard on you. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see what spirits say. I know. Just come on. Deep breaths. We went through this. Deep breaths. There you go. There you go. That's right. That's right. That's right. Deep breaths. Let's see what spirit got to say. I know they're being rough on you. I know. I'm trying to get them. I'm trying to get them. You know, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. It's like something with his confidence. I'm on your side. Chill. Let me get this. Something with the confidence. Something with the, the way that this person look at themselves. It's something with, how they was raised. It's something. They can't help it. What's the message? They slow. I'm helping you. They slow. Real slow. Like real low IQ slow. Trust me, I'm helping you. Like, damn, they gave you a license. Like that type of slow. This person, they knew there was no way they was going to win against you anyway. I told you they were slow. Didn't I say, damn, you got a license anyway? Type of slow. They knew they was not going to win against you any fucking way. It's like Spirit had told them, leave this shit alone. Just stop. You getting outlandish with the shit. And Spirit told somebody to say something, but they didn't want to say nothing. The more they didn't say nothing, the more shit was held back from their dumb ass. I mean, I didn't mean dumb. I meant slow. They slow ass. That's what I meant to say. See, they had a choice. But instead, nope. They trying to double down. Mm-hmm. They didn't want to. They trying to double down. I'm telling you. Then they even had nerve to try and find you somewhere else. Ain't that cute? Like, ain't that cute though? Ain't that cute? That's like having a favorite pair of shoes that beats all other pair of shoes, but you're going to go out and buy another pair of shoes and call that your favorite pair of shoes. You can't. You already had your favorite pair of shoes. You can say, well, these are my second favorite pair of shoes, or these are my 8th favorite pair of shoes, or these are the nice pair of shoes, but they'll never be your favorite pair of shoes because you've already had your favorite pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? That's like having your first baby twice. It cannot happen. Once that shit is done, that shit is done. Okay? Somebody, but we're not gonna be judgmental around here. If you listening, we not judgmental. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Nurse Oasis, how are you? What's the message? What is the message? Something about this connection. They thought they was gonna be able to lie to you and still keep you. What country they do this shit in? Because they don't do it over here. Or if they do it in this country, they don't do it in this state. Or if they do it in this state, they don't do it in this city. Or if they do it in this city, I can guarantee they don't do it at this motherfucking address here. Hello? What the fuck? Somebody thought they was going to be able to lie to you and keep you. Now they thinking, well, maybe that last move wasn't that really bright of a move. Duh. What's the message? Say, what is the message? This person feel used up and spent right about now. Because their little plan didn't work. Archangel Michael was right there to fight that little plan because Archangel Michael saw that there was a little plan in the plans. You know what I'm saying? That somebody was planning a little plan. Like, they was deciding how they was gonna get you and everything else. How they was gonna make you, now they're gonna like leave you with the bill or some shit, leave you in this state of mind, like they was gonna really, really do you wrong, and you was just gonna be so in love that somebody with some nice looking good hair with their wearing a heart like this and able to sit like this and not have a whole bunch of beer belly stomach and everything, and they skin still look good, and they still physically fit and all this other shit, and they skin look good, even though they may or may not be our age, because they do look kind of young. But we're just going to say that they are our age and they still look good. But anyway, somebody got you fucked up. Somebody got you all the way fucked up. They thought that they was going to be able to have you and get your heart and lead you to the gate and not let you, and just like tease you. Well, if you do this, I'll let you all the way in, but you got to do it like this. Now I said jump on one foot and don't come down until every other hop. I ain't said come down every hop, every other hop. And like they was gonna be able to juggle you and keep you in check. We said Bruce Lee. I know this motherfucker did not. Haunted child, let me tell you something. Oh, Lord, good Lord, good Lord. Whew, on this day, you were so happy to have them angels and them ancestors all gang up on you. All of them. There was like about 27,000. And the only reason there was only 27,000 is because a few of them was trying to get this other motherfucker to get the fuck on. But you were so thankful that they jumped on your, piled on your ass, Because on that day, when you found out what that motherfucker's plan was, and you raised up out that chair, baby, and you said, excuse me, come again? What did you just say? No. What did you just say to me? I know you just didn't. I just know you didn't. It was like all you heard was call 911. Don't you put out that phone. You know, they heard you getting down. They heard you getting down. And these is the neighbors down the street. They was like, put the phone down. Put the phone down, Mabel. We don't hear nothing. We don't know what's going on down there. If we, when we see him tomorrow, we just wink and keep it moving. See, they knew. Spirit knew to put the cuffs on you. Put the cuffs on you. And the only reason this motherfucker had about 17 bruises is because you was held down. That's because God was smiling on you. And the only reason that they like I said, he had 17 bruises is because at first God thought it was funny. You know how they start laughing and shit, and then when they find out that no, you was really serious and you was about to get down and shit, then that's when God was like, okay, break them up. So that's the only reason. That's the only reason. That was it. But you were smart enough to let that ninja go and get back on your path. You knew what you had to do. So shoot that shit off. Straighten your shit out. It's like, nope, not today, motherfucker. Ooh, child, I'm telling you talk about coming up out the seat. All this motherfucker remember, and they was telling the doctors and the police, they just remember seeing this part coming up like that shit. And they was like, since then, they couldn't breathe, they couldn't swallow, they couldn't call for help, nothing. They was immobilized. They said you was like crazy, just crazy. They was like, damn. They was like asking God, please take me, please take me, please take me. God said, nope, not today. It's gonna be a different day, but it ain't gonna be today. So, yes, indeed, they was hoping they would black out. God said, nope, I don't want you to black out. I don't want you to black out. I don't want you to do that in case you know. I don't want you to hit your head or nothing. They're like, please let me black out. The spirit like, she almost done. She can only go for so long. Trust me. Yes, honey. Something about balanced out. Okay, now it's that this person is all worried because they know you ain't about to fall for nothing. You about to fall for nothing. Somebody they know they can't piss you off. They're afraid of you. They really are. They are afraid of you because they know there is something inside of you that will come undone, that will unleash on the motherfucker, and they won't be able to tell if they'll be able to get away. If they won't be able to get away, they will hope to be able to get away, but they cannot guarantee that they will be able to get away, but they know. And they won't even know where the fuck that shit coming from because it was like the last time they didn't know if you was slapping them, kicking them, hitting them. They didn't know if you was biting them, if you was pulling them. They didn't know what the fuck was going on. They didn't know where you was at on their body. It felt like everywhere. Front, back, side to side, everywhere at one time. That's what fucked them up. That's what made them scared. You see what I'm saying? That's why they got scared. They was like, shit, if I could understand if it was like, okay, they got me in the front. But it was like, wait a minute. They didn't know. They was concerned. It's like, fuck that. And fuck that. I don't know how this person gonna come out the bag on my ass. I don't know how this person gonna come out the bag on my ass. But I can tell you one thing. I refuse to hear that person talking about some tic-tac-toe motherfucker. I'm getting you again. I refuse to go through that shit. That was abusive. Fuck that. That was abusive. Police talk about something. I'm not coming up there again for that bullshit. Fuck that shit. See? Fuck that. Police said I'm not coming up there again for that bullshit because we don't want to get involved. Fuck that. Fuck that. Somebody talking about something, I would run away, but I'm not sure if they would find me or not. When you go ape shit crazy on the motherfucker and they that scared of you, you're doing something right. Keep that shit up. Keep that shit up. Talking about some lie to me again. They be like, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Give me that money. No, I'm just kidding. What's the message for? Yes. Somebody, they just want to balance something out with you. They want to go back to how it was with you. You know, they want to make a plan, but I'm telling you, somebody is afraid of you because they don't know how you gonna come out the bag on their ass. I'm telling you, because they know they was not being loving to you before. They was not on their path. They was not being loving to you before. You know, and they thinking about that. They see that shit. They see how they was trying to hold something above your head, like the carrot and the stick and all that other bullshit. You know? So, they afraid. Chicken. Yes, they afraid because they're afraid you were going to show them or treat them exactly how they treated you. They afraid of this. They don't want this. They hoping that you come like this, patient and kind, your normal self. They don't want to see you like this. They don't want to see you like this. That's the one they afraid of. They're like, dear God, please. Telling you. Somebody they trying to listen to everything the spirit talk about now. They're like, what'd you say, spirit? Okay, here I come. Because they are so concerned. They're concerned about this stupid ass mistake. And they ain't sitting there thinking about this. They're looking at everything and they're like, damn, I had somebody right in the palm of my hands and all I had to do was just follow the call. The spirit was letting me know I was going in the right direction. All I had to do was, open up my heart and not be afraid to move forward. All I had to do was just have some courage. All I had to do was just put everything in God's hands. But no, somebody thought, no, I don't trust this. I don't trust this. Yeah, no, No, I feel like I got everything. I got everything under control. I can do. And now this person's known they don't got shit. They felt like they had the best plan in the world. And they was going to do this, they was going to do that. And they had it all mapped out. And this is how their life was going to be. That was the best plan in the world. But then all of a sudden, the motherfucker realized Spirit threw in a curveball. Dealing with their heart. Something that they didn't plan on. Something they didn't plan on. They didn't prepare for either. Some type of communication. Maybe some type of communication about somebody traveling, somebody moving, somebody leaving, maybe because somebody else their heart wasn't where it needed to be, or they weren't where they needed to be emotionally. Somebody felt trapped, because they was afraid to open up their heart, and somebody else just kind of got tired of waiting. Like I said, this person, somebody thought they was just like the master manipulator, the master of disguises, the this, the that, the this, the that. But people were seeing now that this person was just really confused. The master of confusion. The master of mind not all the way there. The master of, wow, this person has a driver's license. Because this person was slow when it came to give and take, when it came to relationships. This person was my way or the highway. This person felt like it was for them to place value of something that they could touch over something that they could feel. But now they feel that's different because their mind got them up at night feeling different. Now, where somebody was holding back from this whole relationship thing, this family relationship, now somebody sees that holding back is like leading to destruction. That's the way to destroy something. And then on top of that, what they destroyed and who they destroyed it with was that healer, was that person, was that spiritualist, was that person who had their back. It was that person. All because someone decided they wanted to be young, dumb, full of cum. But they couldn't be held accountable or responsible. That it was okay for somebody to have to defend their position in this family, or defend what they did, to how they sacrificed, how they raised something, how they did something, and did it alone. But somebody else was sitting here trying to destiny swap with you, and so like this person could get all the accolades, but it was not going to work. It didn't work because this person brought chaos everywhere they went. And someone started noticing, wait a minute. That's when someone started looking out at you. And they notice how you're calm, you're serene. You're looking out into the future, you're planning, you're doing this, you're doing that. What you're doing is you like building a business or something like that. That's when this person decided that they needed to stop with the whole rumors, stop with the whole lies, stop with the whole whatever it was that they were doing. This whole gathering together with their friends, with their family members, with their compadres, trying to create these harsh situations for you. This person understood, realized that, what, being a hidden enemy, that really is not cool. It really is not cool. That means that nobody, absolutely fucking nobody, can trust your ass. This means absolutely fucking nobody can trust your ass to work with your ass. being a fucking hidden enemy. If you're going to be an enemy, don't hide. Have some fucking integrity. Come say it to my face. Don't stab me in my back. Come say it to my face. At least I know how to treat you with a long handled spoon. Because either way, motherfucker, you cannot pimp a pimp. You cannot play an ex-player. You sure the fuck cannot take an earth angel chosen one down. That's why somebody want to come in and make amends with you. Because they know, truth be told, they can't fuck with you. They can't fuck with you. They can't mess with you. Y'all saw me do the jazz hands at the end. They know they cannot fuck with you. This is why this person want to kind of try and come and be on your side now. But you know they don't really want to be on your side. But I'm telling you, they're afraid of you, and they're about to give you that respect that you deserve for being the matriarch. I tell you that damn much. I tell you one thing. They know that your ass is protected. I know you want tell you one thing else. They know their ass better come whenever they come. They better come free of any fucking baggage. Don't bring that baggage over here. And they better come prepared to give, not just fucking receive. Somebody thinking that they can just come in and easily repair this broken heart. Fuck that. No. This shit go deep. This relationship go back a long time, and this hurt go deep. Hey, Fabulous Pharaoh. Shaylin, Nurse Oasis. Sky High, Infinite Me, Myself, and I Am. You know, shit, you didn't complete a whole cycle. You didn't did a whole flip switch change on a motherfucker. Healed yourself, and you good. So let me tell you something, motherfucker. You come on back if you want to, but one thing you will not do is disturb some motherfucking peace or balance. That's one thing your ass will not the fuck do. Spirit ain't even allowing that person to come in with no bullshit. Spirit said, I'll clip you at the motherfucking knees. And I'm telling you, somebody got the message. They got the message loud and clear. No mistakes about it. They ain't even got no questions behind the shit. They know when they come, better come correct. If not, don't bring your ass on over here. Don't bring your ass over here. Shit. Talking about working with somebody. Yeah, there better be some motherfucking loyalty. If not, somebody said, I know how to, do a flip switch change on the motherfucker and communicate whatever I got to say. And maybe that's complicating some shit. But somebody know you're not afraid to leave somebody out in the cold. It's like, shit. You're not afraid to tell somebody exactly how it is. Shit. Yep. And you are getting justice. You are getting justice. I'm telling you, you're getting justice. Something about, somebody, this King of Pentacles with this 10 of Pentacles. I feel like somebody is going to be maybe you get this family, or so either somebody's going to be giving you some money, or you get this, or all of a sudden you get this. If you're single, you may get married or something, or or something. Hmm. 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 What's the message? Somebody's in their feelings. They want that to be known that King of Cups was coming out. And they're looking at you. They're looking at you. Sitting there staring, gawking. It's like, don't be gawking over here. Shit, you the one that didn't want to hear. What you looking at? What you looking at? It's like somebody was thinking, how come they couldn't, run game? Somebody was thinking why they couldn't run game. Because normally they shit work, but this time that shit did not work on you. They're like, how come they was not able to run game? And they were sitting there thinking about all the other people that they done did all this shit to. That shit they was running game, but they said not on you. It's almost like you knew who they was, like you saw them coming. I'm telling you, like you saw the motherfucker coming. Yes, that's why you was like, oh, okay, player. Look, boy. Mm, mm, mm. That. Hey, Kenta, how are you? Is it Kenta? Yes. How are you? What's the message? Yeah, somebody is shocked. They grabbing their pearls. They grabbing their little nuggets. Somebody is shocked. They is shocked. Did you see exactly who this motherfucker is? They like, oh my gosh. They like, oh my gosh. They like, dear Lord, please don't let this person say my name. Yes, you like, listen here, Richard. They shocked. Shit. Ooh. And they're looking at you. Ooh, never in a million years did they ever think. I told you they never thought that you was gonna be able to figure this shit out. Damn. Hold on. They never thought that you was gonna be able to figure this shit out in a million years. Never thought. They was like, no way, nothing. They'll never think. They'll never know. You know. Boy, do you know. You know. And if, like they say, if you know, you know. What's the message? Yeah, because nothing to there. And see, they felt like they didn't leave any clues. They felt like there's no way that you could have put two and two together because nothing was adding up. I didn't leave no clues. Nothing was adding up. But you know what? They didn't know that you knew who all was connected, who was all working together. You knew who was all working together. So it was like no secret. They thought it was a secret to you, only for them to find out it was just a secret to them that you already knew what they thought was a secret. Well, shit was no secret. Shit, if you don't know how to keep a secret, don't act like you telling no damn secret. Come on now. Stop it. Stop questioning our intelligence. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, and see, wait a minute. Okay, so this Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. See? Everything that this Queen of Cups was talking about, everything came around full circle for this King of Cups to see that, you know what? He should have been acting alone. He should be independent. He should be doing his shit His own shit, just like this advice that was given to him a long ass time the fuck ago. Something that somebody said, the one who has his divine counterpart told his ass, can't make this shit up. His divine counterpart told his ass something a long ass fucking time ago. But you know what? His stubborn ass thinking he was gonna work with this person. Thought he's gonna work with that person. Thought that person, here it is, thought that this person lied and said that he was this business owner, or he had this, or he had that, and maybe he had all this property and all this. This person fucking lied. And now somebody understands that he sat there and allowed himself to believe a fucking lie. Now he probably stuck with some property that ain't worth shit. Whereas you done moved and you doing a grand, and your money's doing better than his money. That's almost like everything was flip switching. Like you used to be the other way around. It used to be your money was funny, but his money was great. Now your money is great and his money is funny. All because somebody refused to listen to some sound advice that you were saying to them to save them. Now somebody understands why you never fucked around with that motherfucker. We'll call him Richard. Why you never fucked around with Richard? Now Roger understands why you never fucked around with Richard. Because Richard was alive. Because you knew Richard had some fucking karma coming back on that ass. Okay? Everything that motherfucker talked about, to expect this, to expect that, nothing ever materialized. You knew this. You knew this. But somebody thought they knew better than you. So what do? You let them find out. So somebody, they thought this was going to be like such a strong partnership. They knew this was going to work out. This is going to work. They was putting all their eggs in one basket. They was working hard. And then the stuff that you had told them, they was like, well, I'm gonna put that to the side. I ain't worrying about this. They don't really know what they're talking about. Okay, so now then they got into this a commitment or something. They signed some type of contract, got into some commitment, something that bound somebody, only to find out that the motherfucker had tricked them. Had got them to sign some fraudulent paperwork or something that somebody drummed up. Okay. And then the motherfuckers sitting here remembering when you said, don't get wrapped up with that motherfucker, because Richard is a fucking snake. He's the devil walking. He will steal your drawers while you walking in the motherfucker. Stop with the madness. I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, somebody, and then the motherfucker had nerve to ghost you. Like you didn't know what the fuck he was on. They had the nerve to ghost you. Nerve to ghost you, left your ass out in the cold, and then didn't even want to talk to you. Didn't even want to talk to you. Okay. Only to find out that they were sitting there hooking up with somebody else. Somebody else was getting them all confused, getting them all shanked, getting them all mixed up, and their emotions all fucked up. And then they come to find out that this motherfucker got them in 3-party relationships and pimping them out and everything. And, they having to get all these, little extra shit, because they being pimped out. And, you sitting there worried about this, worried about that motherfucker. Worried about that motherfucker being pimped out in the motherfucking hard ass spiritual streets, but you knew what time it was, but that motherfucker didn't. So you said, you know what, I can't worry about that little ass no more. Tell you what, if this motherfucker want to get pimped, let that motherfucker get pimped. I'm out. You took your shit and you was gone. You took your shit and you was gone. That's when the motherfucker started saying, wait a minute, wait a minute. But what about this? But what about that? And wait a minute. I didn't know about this. And I didn't know about that. But then they turn to act like they know about everything. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's why you're actually getting pimped in these spiritual streets. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hope you got a lot of Vaseline. I hope you got a lot of Vaseline. At least have that. At least have that. In fact, do yourself a favor. Don't even use Vaseline. Go get you some KY. That'll be even better, okay? Because you're going to need it for what you're going to have to do. Okay? Somebody getting ready to pimp you out. They going to tell you call them daddy. Okay? Thought it was a game. Shit, somebody was trying to save your ass. Okay? That one. Okay? But somebody didn't want it. They was like, it don't really hurt like that, do it? I don't know. I'm not willing to find out either. Mm-mm. What's the message, spirits? What is the message? Mm-mm-mm. What is the message? Yep, this could be a whole family situation. This could be somebody that you moved away from, or somebody that you had to close this cycle with, and you started doing better. Especially you had to close the cycle because you was fighting this. You knew this motherfucker was lying to you, and you shouldn't have to defend yourself against this motherfucker's lies. You know what I'm saying? So you knew that you had the juice. You took your kickball, your ball and Jackson. You went on about your business, and you good. You're Gucci. You know everything that's coming to you is coming to you. You get the dharma. You get the money. You get the nice house, the maid, the this, the that, the boat, the yacht, whatever. And then the other person, they sitting here upset because they didn't listen to you. You tried to tell them. You was telling them the truth. But see, this motherfucker they had to learn for themselves. They had to learn for themselves and trust and believe. They've learned. They learned. They learned that you know what? When somebody's telling you something for your own good, it may behoove you to fucking listen. They finding out that you know what, and your bite, it ain't even a physical bite. Your bite was you telling that motherfucker the truth, and they not listening. That's what the bite was. They thought that you was barking. No, you was telling them about the bite. You was telling them about the bite, but they thought they just okay. All right. Okay. They finally dealing with it though. Whatever it is, they finally dealing with that shit. You telling them. It's a moment of truth. You told that motherfucker, go ahead. Find your own genius in, smart ass. And while you're doing that, let me go ahead and give you some encouragement with the sweet spot gang sign. 2 of these and 1 of these. You know? Somebody talk about something, well, they didn't ask for your 2 cents. Okay, no problem. Consider it problem solved. You ain't got to worry about that shit no more. Player. I won't ever try and save your ass no fucking more, because when somebody try and save your dumb ass, you don't know how to listen. See, somebody upset because you predicted the future. You told them about what was getting ready to happen. Oh. They were so upset with you, but not anymore, because now they understand Love overcomes everything. They understand that they was dealing with somebody with that trickster energy. Now they're coming with their tail between their legs. You told them about the company that you keep. You said be careful because birds of a feather will stick together now. And they are so jealous. They're jealous because of your stability. They're jealous because you decided no childhood games for you. Thank you. You grew up. They're jealous. They're mad because they have to learn this hard lesson. That's why. Nothing that you done, but what they done. You know? Something about this hating ass family. You told them about that frenemy in their face. You said that person is not your friend. You told them people was collaborating or they collaborated. But now this person, they decide they wanted to give a testimony to God. They wanted to get up in front of the church and tell everybody how they did not believe until God showed them exactly what size shoe God wears. And the fact that God does have steel-toed boots. And exactly how hard God can kick up in your ass. And the fact that God don't miss an asshole at all will get you there every single time. This is their testimony. That is their testimony. Mm-hmm. There's testimonying and testifying. Yes, Lord. All right, y'all. I am going to stop it here. I am going to see you in the morning. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, and good night.